Curious to see if the Elgato Cam Link is worth picking up, wondering how much better it is than just using a regular old webcam. Stick around and we'll unbox one, play around with it, and see how good it really is. What's up, peoples? My name is Daniel Day, and today I'll be unboxing and testing out Elgato's awesome Cam Link capture device, playing around with it for a little bit, and then giving you my initial impressions. Now, admittedly, I am a little bit late to the party on this little device, as I've been using my Logitech C920 webcam for all of my streaming needs for quite some time now. Thing is, I picked up an Elgato green screen back when they first launched, and no matter how much tweaking I've done in OBS, I have never quite been able to get the keying right. I just always end up with a grainy shimmer all around me when I'm streaming, so I figured that my old Logitech C920 might just not be high enough resolution to get a good green screen effect. So I bought this eventually. Those of you that frequent my channel know that I actually bought a Logitech Brio webcam first, thinking that it would solve the problem. You know, since it's newer and 4K, but that didn't end up solving my problems at all. So we're on to the next thing, and that's where this Cam Link comes in. I really hope that by using this thing and plugging in a higher end camera, I can solve my green screen woes once and for all. Or at the very least, maybe I can get a nicer webcam out of the deal for when I'm not using the green screen? Who knows? But we're gonna figure all that out today, I guess, huh? Okay, on to the unboxing. And this time, I think we'll just do a quick time lapse. As you can see, this thing comes in a nice little package sporting all sorts of information and Elgato logos on the outside. Inside, you'll find the Cam Link itself, which basically looks like an oversized thumb drive with an HDMI input on the back and a USB 3.0 connection on the front. There's also a small instruction manual thingy, an Elgato logo sticker, and a USB extension cable, which is a really nice addition since it reduces the wear and tear on the Cam Link itself in the event that you're plugging and unplugging it a lot. But more importantly, if space is crammed around this thing's USB port and it won't quite fit, you can just connect this cable to the end and let your dongle dangle. Okay, now that we got this thing unboxed, let's plug it into my PC, download the drivers, and get my Nikon DSLR connected to it. Alright, so status update time. I actually tried hooking up my Nikon D5300, and it turns out that this totally isn't gonna work. See, for the perfect streaming experience with the Elgato Cam Link, you really need a camera or camcorder that offers three things. Three things that I knew about ahead of time and thought I was good to go on, but not so much. First, your camera needs to support output over HDMI, preferably at a full 1080p. And secondly, it needs to support clean HDMI output, which basically just means that you're able to turn off all the battery status info and all of the other crap that shows up on your camera screen when outputting over HDMI. Now, some cameras can do this, some not so much. And then finally we get to thing number 3, and this is the one that totally screwed me. The camera needs to support unlimited runtime, which can really be broken down into two different types of things. It needs to have an unlimited amount of power supplied to it, either through being plugged into the wall using something like a dummy battery or USB power or something like that. And it needs to not shut itself off for any reason after so many minutes of use. Now, some of these do it to save battery or prevent overheating, and it turns out that my Nikon D5300 actually supports 2.5 of these three things, but not all of them as I believed. My Nikon supports HDMI out at a full 1080p. That output is 100% clean after a few menu tweaks, and I have a dummy battery that allows it to run permanently. But the camera shuts it off after like 30 minutes, no matter what I do to prevent overheating. There's some menu options in the camera that made me think that I could get it to work forever when I checked them ahead of time, but in practice, no matter what I change, this thing is just gonna shut itself off after 30 minutes. And since I stream for longer than 30 minutes, like, you know, most people, this thing just isn't going to work. Now, while I was trying to figure all of this out, I discovered that Elgato actually has a handy Cam Link compatibility website that lists a bunch of cameras that they've tested themselves that fully support the Cam Link. Who knew, right? So my only real option at this point is to check through that list, pick something up that's gonna actually work, and then go from there. It totally sucks that I won't be able to use my Nikon for all of this, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? So let me get all of that figured out, and then through the magic of video editing, I'll be right back. Okay, I checked through Elgato's Camlink compatibility page, did a bit of research online, and ended up deciding to pick up this Canon Vixia HF R800 to use along with the Camlink. This thing is super small, can still be mounted to an articulating arm like my Logitech C920, and all of the reviews, including some from fellow Camlink users, have led me to believe that this thing is a relatively inexpensive way to up my webcam game. Now, I just hope that the internet has not let me down, so let's go ahead and get it all hooked up and we can check it out together. Alright, so here it is. The test footage that you're watching right now is being recorded by the Canon R800. Sorry about the angle, I'm having some technical difficulties, but hopefully you get the point. Now, obviously this is running through the Elgato Camlink, and as you can see, I am getting full 1080p output over HDMI, and it's 100% clean. So I guess the real question is this substantially better quality than what I'm getting out of a $50 Logitech C920? Why don't we switch back and forth between the two a couple of times and see if we can spot any quality differences. That way, you can be the judge. This is the Logitech C920, and this is the R800. Once again, this is the Logitech C920. Now, obviously, there is a slightly wider field of view here, but you get the idea. This is what the world's probably most popular webcam looks like. And once again, this is what I'm getting out of the Canon R800 when it is connected up to the Elgato Camlink. All right, back to a different camera. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of torn about the quality of this thing. Although I don't think that this is the night and day difference that I was looking for, it definitely looks better than a $50 webcam. Now, I guess the difference probably has more to do with the quality of the camcorder itself than the Camlink, but I'll say one thing. This Canon has like a million more options and settings that I can tweak than the C920 ever did, and based on all the positive reviews for this thing, I'm betting that if I spend more time tweaking camera settings, this thing might just give me exactly what I'm looking for. If not, wow, the internet has totally failed me. Now, really quickly, for anyone that's curious, even though I won't be able to use my Nikon for streaming since it shuts off every 30 minutes, here's what everything looks like when you're using a real DSLR with this thing. Now, obviously, the lighting's not perfect, and I'm not an expert photographer, so I'm sure all the camera settings are totally jacked up. But hopefully, you can see that there is a dramatic quality difference between this versus the Canon R800, or especially the Logitech C920 webcam. This is what the Elgato Camlink was made to do. The difference is crazy. This is the night and day difference that I was looking for when I picked the Camlink up. And I totally wish I could just use this Nikon DSLR for all of my webcam needs, but alas, that is apparently just not an option. Really appreciate you, Nikon. Okay, impressions time. Bottom line, my first impression of the Elgato Camlink is that it is an amazing product that really can take your webcam game to the next level. Assuming that you do all of your research, double check all your research, and then triple check it. Look, this thing is an incredibly powerful tool for streamers and content creators alike. And seeing the quality that my Nikon can spit out makes me want to seriously consider picking up a different DSLR and go all in with this thing. I found it odd that Elgato's list of tested/compatible devices basically says that Nikon is not the brand for you if you want to use one of these things. Apparently Nikon is just really worried about these cameras overheating, so they put all of these auto off features in. But for now, I'm going to spend some more time tweaking my brand spanking new Canon R800 camcorder to see if I can really get it to do what I need, and if not, I guess I'll start researching a new DSLR. I'm sure I'll find some use for the R800 if that ends up being the case. Okay, that about does it for me, guys. If you've made it this far in the video, I just wanted to say a big thank you. I also wanted to take a second to give a special shout out to each and every one of my subscribers here on YouTube. You guys rock. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed, I would love to encourage you to consider it. We'd love to have you join our awesome little community here on YouTube. As far as shameless plugs go, just wanted to mention that I also stream on Twitch every chance that I get. The last few streams, and probably the next million of them at this rate, have been me trying to claw my way through Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That game is amazing, but it is so hard. It's also my first Soulsborne game, so there's that. Might have something to do with why I'm getting slaughtered around every turn. Maybe. Hey, all jokes aside, I am really enjoying it. But you know what would make it even better? You joining us during one of our streams. So come check it out. If you're plugged into the Twitterverse, you can follow me there at that DDay guy. I have Also, just launched an official DDay Gaming Discord server, and while I'm still figuring all that out, I've been having a lot of fun keeping up with everyone in between the streams and YouTube videos just like this one. So, if you're on Discord and would like to join our community there, we'd love to have you. Got any questions about the Elgato Cam Link, the Canon R800, or basically anything else, leave them in the comments section below and I'll try and help you out if I can. Once again, just wanted to say thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will catch each and every one of you in the next one.